Hi, folks. Welcome to Something More Than Gibberish, episode 64, the final feature for the year. As I said, I couldn't have finished this off in a better way than with the. So, Midnight, you're back in as Poetry 719 or whatever. Do I bring you up as that? Or do you want to hit that plus sign with the camera button and then maybe I can bring you up that way? No, we've lost him again. I've got Black Salt and Erica. That's it. No sign of him. Anyway, let's try him again. Maybe he'll come back under his other handle. Maybe it's Colorado Springs. It's going through a heat wave, maybe. So, I've got a request there. Who's that? Yes, it's Poetry 719. Here he goes. Let's bring him up and see what happens now if he can see everybody, because Lord help us if he can't see people, he's going to be stressing.
Oh, you see me now. This is stupid.
It's okay. It's better that way.
You're spinning on your wheels are spinning. Is your internet connection all right?
No, that's the
Straight.
story. That's the story of his life. Just leave it like that. His wheels are always spinning.
I can't see nothing.
Hello, Brooklyn. How we doing?
He's dropped out.
Poor guy.
I can see why he now has all these technical difficulties, even on the put it in the chat show.
Yeah, he doesn't know what buttons do what.
Now,
It's okay.
Speaking while we're waiting for him, how long's that show been going, Chance?
Put it in the chat.
Yep.
4 years.
4 years. For those people who have not joined that show ever, or not aware of that show, highly recommend it, folks. If, as I said when we had a crack at this live previously, I have joined that show when I'm having the absolute shittiest of days, and I leave there in a whole different frame of mind. These two can really bring out, change your day. So do join that show. It's on every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, so it's easy to remember. Just join that and uplift your day.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head, and Midnight knows. For us, it is the silver lining of the pandemic. Midnight wanted to start it. He wanted to start something for his birthday, on his birthday, specifically because nobody was going anywhere. He was stuck at home. So that's what he did. He asked me, hey, what do you think? And I said, all you're going to be doing is providing a platform for people to share their work. So the fun fact is that he did the show, and I helped out. But the interesting thing about it is that when we had done the show for 2 years and still haven't met each other in person. So it was just, the chemistry of both being from New York, the chemistry of me being an athlete and him wanting to be an athlete. So it makes all the difference. But if you have sports, that one of the biggest in sports is trash talking. And when you do the trash talking, that nothing. It's just a battle of words and trying to get the other person off balance, so to speak.
I am getting some static from Midnight. He's trying to come to the show. I'm trying to bring him up, and his wheels are spinning, and I'm getting a lot of static and echo from him. So you were breaking up there as well.
Yeah, that's what happens when your ankle monitor interferes with your phone service. So try to tell him to tell his parole officer to at least turn it off for a few hours for the show, but they don't trust him. So
Did you get that, Midnight? Turn off the ankle bracelet.
yeah, the ankle monitor is still on, so we'll see what happens. You know what? We've tried to get him out of the closet, but he likes staying in the closet. He's not ready to accept it.
Oh, there's a damn shame this.
Gemini, I need you, Gemini. Where you at? Is Gemini back in?
Gemini was in the room. No, Gemini's not
He's
in
not
the
in this one. Okay.
She was in the room just a few seconds ago.
Danielle, thanks for showing up, Danielle. Tasha, aka Nat, thank you for being here. Black Salt, always a pleasure. Brooklyn in the house. You know why Brooklyn's in the house?
Yes.
Because they're never home. They're never in their own house. They're always in someone else's house.
Look out, Erica. You're now the target for Midnight. Your fellow countrymen's not here to support you. So, yeah, 4 years. That's pretty amazing. And as per his bio, you guys met 4 hours before you had to go on stage for the first time. That's phenomenal, man. That really is.
Yeah, so I had booked a show in New York City during my spring break, and Midnight works for the state, for the government. So I had said, hey, I got this show in New York if you want to do it. And he was like, let's do a few shows. So I booked the show. We did a show in Brooklyn. We did a show in the Bronx. We did a show in Manhattan. And the interesting part about it is that we met March 2023 for the first time after doing the show together for 2 years online. And when we did the event in Manhattan, the first time I met him in person was at the airport. So it was at the airport that I met him for the first time. And that's where we went. We went to the airport. And when we were at the airport, we quickly went to go meet our publisher.
2 seconds. Midnight, have you got 2 devices on? Because
I got one. I got one.
Because there's an echo coming.
The echo is Chance drinking that juice. I got one thing on. I ain't got 2. I'm good. I got 1. You still hear echo?
I keep getting it from time. Yeah, I'm getting it.
All right,
Try that.
So we met at the airport, and then we went to go meet Stephanie, who is a real person, even though she hasn't been on the show for a while. And then that was it. Did that event. And then yeah.
We went to BBQ. It's true.
Yeah,
And
Midnight always to go eat at BBQs when he makes it to New York. So that's what we went to go do.
then was it last year that you guys did that traveling road show as well?
Was that 2024? We went to Cali. We did a college and three or four shows in Cali. And
Yeah,
it was a drive. We didn't map that out good at all. We didn't map that good at all. It was crazy.
you know, being from New York, and we went to California, and it was just like the idea was we'll do LA, and then we'll go to Half Moon Bay, not really understanding the distance. So we did a show in LA, and we was just like, yeah, we'll just go do the next show.
We started in San Diego.
Yeah. But I didn't, my idea for doing shows was like, we already booked it, so let's just go ahead and do it. Not understanding distance.
Mm.
So when we left San Diego to go to LA, we didn't realize how long the drive was. So we drove to LA all the way up to Half Moon Bay, did a show, and then took a bus all the way down to LA, then finished the show in LA to take the bus all the way back up. So it was interesting to say the least.
And then we went to Santa Cruz. Then we drove to Santa Cruz or Santa Fe. I don't know where we drove. Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Santa Cruz. That's where we met
Grown Man Speed.
Roman Speed and his crew. It was good. It was good. This is based off just, again, COVID being the silver lining of it all.
Yeah. Hey, Midnight, Gemini's posed a question there too. There's an echo from your device. She's asking if you have another device streaming the live as well.
No, I'm just on my phone now. I'm not even, my computer's in front of me. I'm not even on an internet link.
It sounds a bit better now at the moment.
Yes.
Is that good?
Brooklyn, Santa Cruz.
Is that good?
Yes, better. Yep.
All right, cool. We good then.
Well, Jem's in the room. Jem, if you'd like to come up, it'd be great to have you. Now, Midnight, as a souvenir of when you and I first met, and I figured this would come up in the conversation somewhere along the line, look.
That's right. I made sure I got him a Met hat. Let's go. Wear this.
Look,
Let's go, Met.
You know.
Right.
But I'm heading into summer, so it's too damn hot for this thing here.
My eyes hurt.
Hey, what? Did you read the bio already? I missed that good part.
I did in the previous go, but I'll read it now for you. Gemini can't join apparently. So here's the bio again, folks, while they're both in the room, and hopefully you can hear it. Philip J. Curtis, aka Midnight, and John Chance Acevedo collectively have over 70 years of exposure in writing and performing poetry, mentoring, facilitating writing workshops, among other artistic ventures. Both Midnight and Chance grew up in New York City. Chance grew up in the Bronx, better known as the darkest borough in New York, where only the fittest survive, and even Santa wears a bulletproof vest to get through the festive season. On the other hand, Midnight is from Brooklyn, known as the Borough of Kings. Brooklyn is celebrated for its cultural diversity and artistic contributions and food scene, a direct reflection of its multicultural population.
Sounds beautiful.
Midnight and Chance first met online during the height of COVID in June 2020. They are the definition of the silver lining of COVID. Over the last 5 years, they have done multiple duet features online, a journey which led to their individual books published by Hiwaga Publishing. It was in March 2023, 4 hours before hitting the stage together, they met in person. Since then, they have done 4 co-features in New York City, other venues and colleges in multiple cities, as in California, as well as Tampa, Florida. Unfortunately, the credibility behind the nicknames of both artists is almost disheartening. Midnight received the nickname from a fellow artist that recognized his talent and how his creative juices came alive at night, thus giving him the nickname Midnight. Chance's nickname, on the other hand, has nothing remotely to do with writing, creativity, or anything. It's just something, never mind. February of 2026 will mark the 5th anniversary of Chance and Midnight's online open mic platform. Put it in the chat. Held on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of each month. Thank you for listening to this combined bio of the 2 featured artists. One from the Bronx and the other from Brooklyn, the best borough in New York. The difference is best described by the haiku. Many claim New York, but you are not from Brooklyn. How unfortunate.
So rude.
Brooklyn in the house. I love Brooklyn, man.
Midnight.
Sorry about that.
Apparently Brooklyn in the house is because apparently people from Brooklyn are never in their homes. They're in everybody else's homes. Is that correct? That's what I heard.
It depends how you look at it. It depends how you look at it.
Midnight has not had a house in Brooklyn in over 20 years.
Okay.
So he can't, he's lived somewhere else longer than he's lived in Brooklyn.
Not combined, but not in one spot.
Man, I tell you what, I could not have picked 2 better guests to finish this year up because you guys are the last feature for the year. And I hope you can come back in 2 weeks' time for the Goodbye 25 show where we can come up and have a chat and share a piece and bid farewell to the year that has been. You 2 guys, in amongst all the jest and the ragging, bring a lot of joy to people around you. You really do. There's people like Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Harvey, who've brought much pleasure to people around the world. And those who come into contact with you too, I know many times where I've been either feeling really down or having the shittiest day at work or going through some emotional journey, and I've joined your show and walked out there in a much better place than when I came on, just by listening to you 2 guys. It's funny how, as I said, through COVID or whatever troubles that happen in life, there is always that silver lining, and you 2 guys are living proof of that. You really are. I am honored to have connected with you guys and meet Midnight in person, and I really appreciate the time you made for us to catch up tonight. And I was so sorry that I couldn't make it down to Tampa when you guys caught up with Jem. That would have been, to meet the 3 of you in person, phenomenal. But God stuck me so many miles away, another continent. That's not the easiest to get to from where I am. Everything else is on the other side of the world. But it's a pleasure for that you guys.
I'm sorry you had to spend that time with Midnight by yourself. It must have been brutal.
Tanika was able to join us for a while there. That was good. But that's now getting on to a couple of years as well, Midnight. That was
Yeah,
started.
that's almost 3 years.
That was 24 March, April.
23.
24 March, April.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
That was
that's been
quick.
a while. Yeah. So what's next? Have you guys got some gigs coming up, in-person events?
Now, there's nothing coming up right now. Unfortunately, I'm in Colorado, and it's not easy for me to get a stage here in Colorado, so
Mm, mm,
it is what it is.
yeah. The yes, that when you guys all went up to Tampa would have been a perfect opportunity to meet all three of you, but yeah, such is life. Did you guys want to share a piece?
Well, Steph, since we're going to end with a duet, we'll start with a duet before we go to our individual pieces.
Okay.
He's not ready, if you notice. He's there. We already said we was going to start with a duet. He's there featuring. I'm gonna read the. He's looking in the book because in our both our books, the last poem in each of our book is the same poem.
Right. Okay.
So he's looking in his book right now for the poem. I'm gonna read a different version just to piss him off. That's the version we was gonna read tonight. He don't work well with others.
Oh man, you guys got me in tears here.
What do you mean? I know what we're doing.
There ain't no intro, that man. Wait, hold on. I gotta say hello to the humans that's in the. I don't even want to touch a button because I might mess this up. I'm good.
That's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to touch something, and then we're going to have to start all over again. I don't believe it. Some people's children. Isn't that what you say all the time? Some people's children.
Let me get that Timberland shirt, man. It will go good with my Timbs.
It's all good. It's all yours. I'll send it in the mail.
It's all too big. Anyway,
with some class. Don't worry about it. I got you.
You ready, Rainier?
Yep. Stage is yours.
Stage is ours. Bing Layla. I wish I could speak to you in a native tongue because Black history didn't begin from the western tip of Africa, Ghana, Nigeria.
España, Europa.
Places along the coast.
1000 afro-latino-americanos han nacido robados.
Making the transatlantic slave trade easy.
Imagine not being given an.
Black men, women, and children taken to pick and grow white cotton from the master's gold. Soul hung, watch us burn. Them white folks in fancy clothes, slave television. Roots, watched by many but not remotely the beginning of our history. Ari Banjani.
I wish I can speak to you in a native tongue.
Because rather than being taught, we should know our history, what we think of ourselves and where we come from.
Indio, mestizo, tainted skin, altered culture. Imagine living the hue of the oppressor for the rest of your life, tanning to wash away white from raped ancestors. I have inherited pretty eyes and privilege until I'm asked to speak.
So take a journey. Find out what happened before slavery, because we know more about lions, elephants, and giraffes, God's creation, although beautiful, but what about the African people? We were more than malnourished, starving children with flies flying. never stopping to think why the TV and the movie screen focused history around Europe or Asia.
Francisco Pizarro, Hernan Cortés. How comfortable would you be knowing the name of the individuals that murdered your existence? What if they had streets named after them? Watch how they were praised in your classroom and being asked to shh. It's not the time.
But time overdue, because because from K to 12, we were taught about enslavement, colonies, systems that erased our identities. Missing is the true history of Blackness in our children's classes, minimizing gross violence as if we were the cause of riots. Truth be told,
Truth be told,
there's more to our history than oppression and suffering.
and oppression and suffering.
Molu Onjani,
We wish
we could speak in a native tongue. Sit down on ground as storytellers bless us, the true history of our ancestors, the beauty of Kenya, the Congo, Zimbabwe, an adventure and culture where kings and queens sat on thrones, down the path of a mental and spiritual transformation, learning about Ghana and the nation of Zulu, know thyself, an inscription often written by the Egyptians in their temples, fruit and gold turned into civilizations, pyramids through mathematics well before any known philosopher.
Imagine Machu Picchu royalty in gold and silver. Naked walls don't keep records of our family. People did. Knotted strings that serve reminders.
So resurrect the spirit of our ancestors because we came from greatness in order to be great. I wish we could speak to you in a native tongue.
Not having it stripped from you and given another one. Not being forced to learn what the conquerors learned. A universal language is not better than the hundreds of beautiful tones that make us unique.
We wish we could speak to you in a native tongue. Tell you more about our history.
Because it's not just the
land in which our ancestors were taken from.
That's so powerful, man. It really is. And have you guys rehearsed this much at all, or because your timing and all is just awesome, given it's online and sometimes there's delays as well. That was a great recital.
It's the age before beauty. Go ahead, sir.
It's not a bragging thing, but like in the bio, the truth about the bio combined, we've been doing this over 70 years. So we will speak and say what pieces we may do, blah, blah, blah. But as far as practice, I think it's when you've done duets before, you kind of know when to come in, when to stutter step, so to speak. So it comes a little natural. And despite the cities, we got a chemistry, man. That's the sick part.
You have.
You know what also helps? What also helps is that I had to color code all of the parts so he knows when to start and when to stop. So all of his parts are on green, and then the red part is for him to stop so he knows, since I work with children with autism, I know how to create visuals to help them become successful. It's part of what I'm not saying he's autistic. I'm just saying the same tools apply. So I just try to, keep my work relevance.
Hey, Rainier? Rainier?
Yeah.
Our duet pieces are color.
We are color coded, so we know when to start and stop, like realistically. So he'll be
They're
green,
literally.
red, and then whatever's in blue, we have to say together.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, the bond, the connection, the chemistry, as you said, Midnight guys share, that really is to be treasured. It really is.
But
Like,
Rainier is like I said. I think part of it comes from both of us being from New York, and remember, I'm the athlete. Midnight always wanted to be an athlete. So the talking that happens in sports, gives you that camaraderie. Like, it's nothing personal. It's just shit talking and talking trash. But it's honesty.
yes.
You can take it personal if you want, but it's honesty. Brooklyn is the ugliest, prettiest, dirtiest, nastiest place in all of America. So, there's no lie there.
No retort,
He,
Midnight?
he wouldn't know. He hasn't been there in forever.
I was there in
His
July.
neighbors, his neighbors are no longer Tashin and Omar. His neighbors are now Frederick and Bart. Those are his new neighbors.
No come back there, Midnight?
What's up?
No come back there? No.
No, I leave him be. It's almost his birthday, so this is his birthday present for me to be quiet.
That's the gift. I like that.
Did you want to do a solo piece, Midnight?
A solo piece. Oh Lord, I could do a solo piece, but did you want me to take over the show?
Okay. He just wants to show the people what not to do and how not to do it. So go ahead.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to experience is things you should not do while performing. Just watch.
I've never done this piece, really. Oh no, that's not it. Profanity.
First thing in poetry, you never introduce what you're doing or what you're not going to do. You let the work
No.
speak for itself. Already strike one.
I can't stand this dude. I gotta do something in the archive. I can't. What if you were eyewitness to history, born in the 18th century into this tight-fit black skin onesie, booked on a sailing ship without a Royal Caribbean affiliate, a trip that offered complimentary beatings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, chained neck to ankle, food rationed into small portions, feces and urine for you to sleep in? Have I captured your attention? Welcome to America, land of the free. As long as you don't have skin like me, where a grown man still called a boy and put on the auction block, and his wife is pushing and breathing and pushing until out come a child that isn't his. Master's green-eyed son that's raised in the main house by a white woman by the name of Liz. What if you were like me, born in the 1960s, where signs on doors still read white only, and peaceful protests sparked movements, and black folks was arrested for disturbing the peace simply because they wanted to buy something to eat, but could be forced to fight for country, yet the fight for equal rights in their own was still incomplete. Since many believe that we could only be good at picking up after others and sports. But could it be a possibility that I can run further and faster than you because bloody Sunday dogs and fire hose were let loose? What if you took my skin, put it over your face? Did you live the life that my forefathers did? What if you were my friend Carrie, born in the year 1980 in Houston, Texas, and on his birth certificate, under race, it reads Negro. Houston, we have a problem. So I have a question. Would you rather live as a black man to the age of 100 or as a Caucasian to the age of 50? What if all lives mattered way back then with Kunta Kinte in them? The same way they try to convince us that all lives matter today. Then again, maybe all lives do matter when black lives are excluded. What if? What if? What if?
Oh, it's reality, right? It's the truth. It's a hardcore truth. The sad thing is that in 2025, 21st century, we're still facing the same from over 100 years ago. That's the sad part about it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And the sad reality, really, and more so where you guys are, like everywhere has it, but ours is so insignificant in comparison. No. And on my two visits, whichever part of the states that I visited, be it Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, be it DC, New York, it was evident everywhere. It really was. And it is sad. It is sad, given that, in one of the most a nation that's been prominent on the globe for quite a few decades. It is sad. Your first piece, the collab that you did, was touching on different parts of Africa. Next year, I've never set foot on the African continent. One of my ex-partners was from Cape Town. She was a Cape Coloured lass, but I never had the chance to visit the African continent. And next year, that's my mission. I'm going to start with Nigeria and Kenya. So yeah, gonna
Make sure you
head.
take those.
As long as I don't end up on somebody's plate on the end of a spear, back.
Oh,
Stephanie Carolero in the building. That was my assistant. She moved to Florida recently. She's, man, she's a good
smart,
right-hand person for me, trust.
smart girl, Steph. Steph, you're very smart. I applaud you. Shout out to Steph having to deal with Minnie Mouse over here for all those years. Hey, Steph, whenever we see each other, drinks on me. I get you a meal just for having to deal with him, Steph. I got your back.
Minnie Mouse.
She's in Florida. We're in Florida.
She made a Gemini. She's close to Gemini.
Oh, okay. Gemini, we got a friend. We got to pick up Steph and get her something to eat. Wherever you at, Gemini.
Chance, floor's yours, brother.
Oh, see? I love Stephanie already.
I deserve it for having to deal with him.
I love Steph. Hey, Steph, that's a drink and a meal on me.
Wow. Yo, she could say that because I already wrote the recommendation letters. Okay, she's like, I don't need this dude anymore.
Yeah, she don't need you no more. Hey, Rainier, you know what the truth is? The truth is that not all Hispanics are illegal. Not all Asians are great at math. Not all blacks are athletes. Not all Jews are orthodox. Not all whites lack rhythm. Not all whites have great credit. Not all Jews are cheap. Not all blacks can dance. Not all Asians know karate. Not all Hispanics speak Spanish. Most of us misrepresent. Most of us misjudge. Most of us miscategorize. Most of us assume. Most of us be prejudiced. Most of us applaud rhetoric. Most of us Bible CNN. Most of us look at Fox as gospel. Most of us PBS kids. Most of us love the reading rainbow. until that became too recruiting for some people. Most of us still cross the street when we see them. Most of us still hold our bags when we see them. Most of us are still afraid to commit. Most of us still don't know what to tell them. Most of us still afraid to lead. But as we get older, the only thing we leave behind are memories until our stories aren't heard anymore.
That's those ending lines are so, and man, yeah, that's some hard realities right there in that piece, right? Sometimes, and I see that, matter of fact, I've got family who fly a flag of where they weren't even born and not little about other than what their parents, and they still live with that mindset of an alliance where they've never hadn't even visited till they were adults, but they grew up with this alliance. I my son being in the Australian Army as well. He's very much a patriot, and in a lot of ways, my son and I are the same when it comes to patriotism, because and a lot of people see this as pretty hard. I have no patriotism to any nation, not to where I was born, not to where I grew up. Because to me, that bit of soil out there is no different to the soil out where you're walking on right now or any other part of the globe. Dogs and cats and animals excrete and piss on it and urinate on it. I'm not patriotic to a hunk of dirt that animals excrete and urinate on. I'm a patriot to right and wrong, to justice. If where I was born is in the wrong, I would pick up a gun against them. If Australia, where I grew up and is part of which is very much my life, was in the wrong, I would pick up a gun against them. Right and wrong is what drives me. And your piece really touched on that that blind alliance because this is my hereditary line, or this is where I come from, or this is what I look like. I love that piece. Not every Latino speaks Hispanic, right? Or not every Asian is a martial artist. Not every black guy has rhythm. But we live this illusion. Powerful piece, man. Oh, thought Chance was doing a strip there.
We don't want that. He's on mute. He can't hear him. Good job.
Can we hear him now or not?
Yeah.
Yes, so yeah, love that, man. Love that. I love how you go straight into a piece too, and I agree with that philosophy about not introducing a piece and let the work speak for itself. That's so true. That's really good.
Chance used he hosted a thing called No Intros, but I believe you give a title, it could lead the audience to believe what it's going to be about, and they're looking for that instead of actually listening.
When I hosted No Intros, the reason I hosted it was there were times where artists will come to the open mic and they want to give this long explanation about the poem. And they would try to hype up a poem, and the poem was never that good, but you gave it this commercial as if it was the best ever written.
Mm. Mm.
And so me and the collective I am a part of, they was like, Chance, you gotta host it. And my whole thing was like, no intros. I don't need you to introduce your piece. I don't care when you wrote it, how you wrote it. I don't want to hear, I just wrote this night. Just come on, do your poem. If I like it, I'll come to you about it. But if I don't come speak to you, just know that I'm very, very busy tonight. And I didn't have time to come to you about your poem. And that's really what it was, because the time that each artist spent introducing their poem added another 45 minutes to the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you wanted to introduce your piece. And my whole thing was, if you need to introduce your poem, then chances are you have to rewrite it.
Mm. Mm.
You have to rewrite it, so there is no introduction.
Mm.
You should be able to tell me everything about the poem in the poem, and if you can't do that, then clearly you had a writing workshop with Midnight, and I am here to help you. So it's just what happened.
You're right, and so poetry. 10 people will take 10 different aspects of that poem, right? Introducing it, you're already channeling this, and whereas let people take what they need to hear from that piece at the time too. Yeah.
And everybody's perspective to the poem is different. For example, I can give Midnight a prompt and he'll give me a prompt, or we can write on the same prompt and take two different directions to the same prompt.
100%. 100%.
And that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is exactly that, you know, and that's why it's hard for me when there's something going on that I feel passionate about. It's hard for me to write about it because I know everyone to have their version of on that topic.
Mm. Mm.
Me and Midnight being from New York, when 9/11 happened, everybody had an 9/11 poem.
Mm.
And my whole thing was like, I'm not going to do an 9/11 poem.
Mm.
You know, maybe I do a 9/10 poem the day before everything happened. Or maybe I do a 9/12 poem the day after. But every poet I knew, most of the poets, they all had a 9/11 poem or reference to 9/11. And it was just like, oh, okay, everybody's doing it. I'm not doing it.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Now, given you're a family man, young kids who can be very time consuming, running them to their hobbies, sports, and so forth, do you get much of a chance to perform or to host shows locality, Chance?
By circumstance and by choice, I decided not to. What I've noticed is in my part of Florida, everything you go to as far as transportation for me or traveling wise, it would take me an hour and a half to get to.
Yeah.
Or an hour to get to. Then on top of that, every event starts late. The starting time on paper is not the starting time of the event. So they'll say, you know, doors open at 8, show starts at 9. It's really, the doors were open at 8, but nobody showed up till. So we'll have to wait another hour for everybody to get ready. And then, it gets longer. So for that reason, I'm also at a place where I have the luxury of picking and choosing what I want to do and things I don't have to do. So right now, I do a poetry competition for young adults. middle school and high school kids called Piano Slam that happens every April. And I'm content with that. And I at times be called to feature for a buddy of mine who hosts the bigger events here in South Florida. So when he calls me, I show up, and when I have to do the writing workshops or the competition with the middle school and high school kids, I'm able to. I'm not beneath going to an open mic, but my first 3 experiences with open mics in South Florida have been horrible. So,
yeah. Nothing worse than when it starts an hour late, right? Especially when midweek and you got work the next day and so forth. Yeah.
Then they expect to be late.
Mm.
They're going to start not coming until close to what time you normally be starting, as opposed to what's on the flyer.
Yeah. 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 And yeah, it's a pity. It's a pity that you guys are geographically placed so far apart, and life does take on its course, because I think yeah, you guys running your co-hosted shows would be an experience to remember by to remember. I think the attendance at one of those would be. I mean, I enjoy putting in the chat. That's brilliant. I'm sorry I couldn't make it last Wednesday. I was in office and it was a bit hard to dial into a Zoom meet, poetry meet, when I'm in office with all.
It's no ticket sold, so if you press a button and come through, we appreciate it.
Yep. So what's next in your writing career? Is another more performances, or what's next?
the first thing is to get Midnight a shirt that fits, or get him a fan for his office. That's gonna be the first thing I do.
We take
we're gonna get him 2 portable fans so he can put on a shirt for our next season. So hopefully by February 2026, there will be no more tank tops. I'm putting in the chat. I'm gonna make sure we get Midnight a couple of fans there. So that's my goal.
Have a tank top night.
How about you, Midnight?
What'd you say?
How about you? What's next on what's up in the forthcoming future for you?
The next thing is I'm just working on projects for myself. I can't wait for other people or who want to support. It's just me, so I got to keep throwing punches on the things I want to do and accomplish. I've been working on short stories. I'm taking, I love a haiku. I love a haiku. So I'm building short stories. Either the haiku starts the short story, or I write the story and then a haiku ends it to explain what I just did. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it. I'm taking the first week of January off. Just to bear down and do the stuff I want to do as far as writing and creating.
Nice.
It's unfinished business. I want to do one of my next things outside of doing the short stories with haiku. I want to, and I'm putting them aside. I want to do a haiku book only, but the haiku book is more of life lessons. Boom! It could, if you read, it's just like inspirational, but it's in a haiku. So if you read it and like, boom, that makes sense. Boom, that makes sense. And there'll be some with humor in there as well, but because you got to laugh at life.
So where would this one that you shared in the bio fit, in life lessons or humor?
Say that again?
This piece that you put in the bio, where would that fit under life lessons? Many claim New York, but you're not from Brooklyn. How unfortunate. Where would that fit in?
Actually, in my book, that haiku is the second, probably after the first poem in my book. After the first poem in my book, that's the haiku. Many came to New York, but you're not from Brooklyn. How unfortunate. And the funny thing, this is a picture I took on the Brooklyn Bridge. So it makes sense.
The floor's all yours, guys. If you want to showcase any of your work, remember this show's all about you guys, right? Introducing you to the world.
I'm gonna play next. I'm gonna play a little bit next, real quick.
Cows killed my daddy. Cows killed my daddy. He went out for milk last night, never came back. To all females, stop asking what we thinking. We are not thinking. Dear Disney Pictures, why haven't I seen any mothers in your films? Walk the streets backwards to see if I can start my life over again.
Had a date last night. Was better than expected. Tonight, I'll try figs. Educated but filled with the white man's teachings, the master's degree. Sign across my heart, stemmed from unfaithful women. Thin ice, no skating. Me, over 50, a weird age to be dating. Mother or daughter?
Some poets will say, I make love like my poem. Give them 3 minutes. I thought she was cute until she opened her mouth. Damn, her teeth look bad. Told her I loved her like tomorrow because I'm planning our future. Stop blaming Facebook for your insecurity. Blame yourself, dumbass.
Stop resisting. Thought levels of aggression. How cops are triggered. Rich parents give gifts, have everything but still miss time and attention. The dirt you walk on be the roof you sleep under. Rest in peace, the dead. My mother birthed me, died before I was age 1. I have no nickname.
no male role model. So he always spelled father Mommy. Never liked mirrors. Afraid to know what daddy looked like growing up.
Phew.
Why believe in God and not Santa Claus if we can't see either one?
Next generation. Grandmas can't cook, sew, bake. They were all baddies. In third world countries, you never get a headstone, just a body bag. Oh, okay. Sorry. We sexed each other. After the climax, I asked, who sleeps in wet spot?
Misunderstanding. She asked if I was hungry as she unbuckled. Bedroom smells like sex. I need to be more mindful and not burp as much. Kiss me like my lips are rented and tomorrow it's their return date. Stop blowing kisses to a man that throws punches. I want you to live. If you're the best thing to ever happen to me, then more should happen. Used to keep scorecards of women until daughter asks, Dad, what am I with?
Kissing in public. She likes, but doesn't like it, since clothes must stay on. I remain single. I'd love you, but your love blind. Reciprocity. Flick dime at homeless. Vet says, please keep your money. All I want is change. Through the Black Panther, Marvel Avengers did learn that Black lives matter. I told you wanted me to take over. Ah, crap, he's back. Whatever. It was going good. It was going good. It was going good. Anyway, look, check this out. I gotta say this. My father passed away November 5th, 2010. I did a show for him March 25th, 2011, on his birthday the following year. And in that show, I wore his shirts and I wore all my hats. I got too many hats. So as I performed that show, I took off his shirts that I wore. So out of respect, Chance is changing his shirts as I do when I'm on stage. And I'm changing my hats because I ain't got no shirt. I ain't got real shirts on right now. But I change my hats. When I perform. I change my hats and my shirts. So I've been doing that since March 25th, 2011. So that's just like a memory of my father.
Mm. Mm.
I know
Would you
him,
agree? Oh.
but he never lived in a war-ravaged country. He didn't have missiles whisking, didn't even know what was happening. He was too young to remember his mother's lullabies. He has no nickname. She never witnessed his first steps, brushed his hair for school, never spoke to him about life. Wounded child, no surviving family. It's not only for those with no next to kin. See, I know him. His childhood different than his peers. While others talked about fearing their mother, he longed, kissed his sisters goodnight. You see, I know her. Motherless also means wounded child, no safe family. Nobody to run to when mistreatment is all too common, you peg it normal. When discipline flirts with abuse, sleep deprived because the neighbors are here and you need to watch the other children. Pre-teens make great sitters on school nights while they play, put out cigarette, and down the whiskey. I know her. Can't wait to be 18 to change her name, but still referred to as her mother's princess. What happens to wounded children with no surviving family when they become adults? Who do they go to for Christmas?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Would you agree, or is it just me? One of God's greatest creations is. Wait, let me reflect. Refocus my focus. I've seen sunsets, mountain views, the bluest, beautiful oceans in Jamaica, West Indies. Skyscrapers from the cities that molded me, exotic birds, wonders of the world, still unmatched is you. Woman, the most amazing created creation. Let's talk about how wonderful you are made. Tenderness, a nurturing mindset, radiance express, femininity, womanliness, allowing you to stand above the rest. Yes, I speak unapologetically directly to the Black woman. Let's start with your physical. The way you sway to display your many attributes, skin tones, curves of your own, complexions of the Black woman. Skin flawlessly smooth, freckles, honeydew, caramel-coated, deep-rooted melanin, light skin too. That's all of you. Capturing attention from the structure of your cheekbones, full lips, alluring eyes, Johnny Gill's my, redefined. Your hair being the symbol of your identity, short, braids, curls, locks, sleek or straight, each strand a form of self-expression, preserving cultural legacy, a spinning image of royalty, a secret to be discovered, Black woman. The personification of sensuality, eyes from round to almond-shaped, thickness in the hips and thighs, hourglass surprise, divinely proportioned, complementing your individual appeal, fullness of breast or itty-bitty-titty energy, still infinite possibilities. Black woman, comprehend Black history, and truly understand your identity, having given birth to an entire society. Challenges turned into successful testimony. Sometimes the backbone of family, doing it all on your own. Black woman, I applaud you. But you need not to be delusional and conclude that you don't need a man. Discover that we may need each other. Best friend, supporter, motivate to become each other's lover, because with two, we can do more. Black woman, control the narrative from the typecast of society, from social media disconnects from reality. Black woman, you are more than just physical. There's nothing on earth or in the heavens above more beautiful, could be better graceful, original. Still, I am in awe of the essence of your color. Would you agree, or is it just me? One of God's greatest creations is you, the Black woman.
Phenomenal.
If you know that there's that one person that's always checking on you, always smiling, they never mad, constantly working, super calm, life of the party, they bring you joy, give good advice, show their support. They will judge you, but help you through it. Treat your friends like they treat you, offers to assist, sees you in each of your stages, seems to have it all together, walks with purpose, laughs with joy, is empathetic, has a way of always making you feel better. I need you to do me a favor and check on them, because they are broken, falling apart, trying to keep it together, hoping someone will smile at them, help them get through it, be empathetic, makes them laugh, walks with them through their stages, offers to assist, will judge but help them anyway, will show the support, give any advice, bring them joy, coffee and ice cream, cheesecake like the Golden Girls. Be the Sophia in their life, so that they can continue to be strong with the friends everyone thinks they.
It was Thursday last week, the day after Wednesday. Fast approaching, sirens in the street. Heartbeat running like the number 4 train. Mentally, I'm watching the evening news. Good evening. In tonight's top story, a young Black man. Silent cruelty becomes reality. Recalling the sufferings of my ancestors to the 60s and 70s. And not too long ago, I Can't Breathe became slogan against police brutality. Rotating red and blue lights that's supposed to provide a sense of comfort and safety in community. Unsettling psychological implications. Danger, urgency, law enforcement's presence and authority. The sirens of cops. Flashlights from police force that react with force, as if ignorance is protocol. License and registration rest on dashboards. I know my rights, right? I digress. Replaying repeated sequence. 200 feet before my turn, signaled up, slowed down, came to a stop, sirens of cops. Police, pull over. Can I ask why? Am I being detained? Run my name, you'll find nothing. He said he saw my jaw drop when I drove by. Suspicious behavior. Force from the vehicle, no probable cause, planted paraphernalia. Now, I don't know if this is the night that I might meet my maker, but just in case, give my regards to the Undertaker. Wee, 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 wee. Like a top car. It was at that moment it dawned on me. The sirens that I was hearing reminded me that I just needed to turn my car radio down. Yet, these lines that I just spoke are natural reactions when a black man hears sirens in the street. Wee, 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 like a tap.
We laid on a bed of daffodils, picking petals from creases of coiled DNA, earth wrestling with our scents as we rolled on her, confused as to which X or Y nested on her twin, we parabola on an axis, complicated enough for high schoolers to understand. We hopscotch while skipping daisies in the field of Hendrix live forevers, because we endangered, we rare, we Baja California, Mexico rare, dirt patches as far as the next couple can be, as far as the hallucination can permeate through our moist pores, mosh pit romantic, finger wrapped around that piece. I'd run for miles in dandelions until our name looks Johnny Winter, or until our legs be knee deep in mud. Let it rain on we, our lungs clouded with second-hand insecurities of others, traumatic anxiety. You still hold that piece. You, Janis Joplin, a piece of my heart. You, Joni Mitchell, both sides, sidesteps with me backstage. Let's tangle and get tangled. Let background dictate our fronts for one another. You are potted plant, 2 fingers up, dusty bandana, Woodstock beautiful. The one thing standing on the other side of the piece I won't ever mind going to war for.
This pen meets pad, kin to the heart and mind that work in unison. But this I wrote, and will read to you for no personal glory, acts repeated but never treated. This is her story. An uncle, a family friend, a cousin, her mother's boyfriend. She calls him step or dad to trust she had, because this is about abuse, molestation, or incest, a crime that regulates another person's mind, sometimes before the age of 3, 6, or 9. Her story, trying to live through it, for she speaks not for sympathy or for anyone to feel sorry or even feel her pain. It reminds her shame. Her story told, not in vain. 12 years old when stepbrother came to live, extending the family, but no later than day 2, fell to the floor, pillow over face, and raped, erasing her virginity. Followed with the heartless whispered words, "They'll never believe you." As this continued through high school. Now she wonders if she had used the bat sooner, could the stitches she left him stopped him way back then, as he never touched her again. Her story, with permanent spots on the mind, as most hide behind a veil of silence, giving forms of abuse power, but it doesn't simply go away. Trying not to remember the day, but knowing of your life the night before just like it was yesterday. Standing at the bus stop. Late, tick-tock, no one in sight, looking up and down the block. Bushes ruffled, that jump, jolt, shock, then a Glock against her head. This nasty, unclean said, "If you scream, I will blow your brains out." Her attempt to fight, to get skin or hair follicles underneath her nails. Then just when he was about to come, someone came to the bus stop. He ran. And even after they caught this so-called man, would law enforcement try to understand by avoiding such questions as, "What were you wearing?" Or what did you do to entice him? As if she asked a stranger to put a gun to her head, to be used as his personal pleasure. Her story. Never in a police report. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and be used against you in the court of law. So who's really being persecuted in her story? Left for the doctor to evaluate. For this isn't a true introduction to love, but one of unhealed scars, a conception of hatred without consent. No choice to choose, for what was done by force. The exact day, hour, and place. October 31st, 2000. Mask over face. Diane Sawyer reports on TV, never to see this story in progress. So he quit creating his personal treat, recalling anger in his eyes, yet she never saw the fear, but he never saw the fear in hers. She'd feel pain. Slapped the face, pushed downstairs, tossed onto the pavement. Rain camouflages the tears. The assumption that she was too fast-paced. The reality, a 16-year-old mother-to-be. Her story. Because love is supposed to come from you, not from what was done to you. 1 out of 6 will never ever tell their story. So I wrote this story for no personal glory. Actually repeated but never treated. This was her story.
That one needs to breathe.
I meant to be easy to love. However, these streets are easier to hug when you aren't around and constantly hospital. This isn't payback. Back when I needed your heart, it was easier for me to read medical charts. I used to wait for the monitors to beep, beep, beep as a lullaby to help me sleep. Dear mother, I meant to be easy to love, but my absence would have looked a lot more like my father's disappearance. So I figured it was something you were already used to. Since you forgave him, I hope you would forgive me too. Dear wife, I promise I'm easy to love. Don't complicate things with trivia, like what do you want to eat? I don't know if you've noticed, but I've never skipped a meal. I'm always okay. One thing about growing up broken is that you constantly learn how to heal. Waking up is a gift. You being next to me is the blessing. Dear wife, I promise you, I'm easy to love. This is no sprint, but a marathon. No scrambled eggs, more like an omelet. Easy, like Sunday morning, like Saturday morning cartoons, like direct deposit. Easy, like no matter where you fall, I will always be there to catch you. No good story starts off well. Even butterflies develop before showing their beauty. Dear daughter, I'm just letting you know right now, I will not be easy to love. You will dislike me often. Curse me under your breath. Share things with your mother. She is never supposed to tell me. You will always ask for me. I will make it difficult. Like learning another language. Porque el amor no debe de venir tan fácil. There is sacrifice and heartbreak and time and patience. Time and time and time. And I never had a model of what love looks like. I'm trying my best to provide that model for you. But it will not be easy. There's no handbook teaching fatherless men how to raise daughters. Because most don't stick around for their sons anyway. Dear daughter, love won't be easy. There will be times when you question. There will be times when your partner will ride your nerves like a roller coaster, where the relationship will seesaw, or you will fear being so high up because falling will hurt, know that you are marrying your safety net, your parachute, your ball pit. You are falling on clouds. Know that you will always have home with a squishmallow to catch your tears, brown sugar boba tea, and the Golden Girls. And remember that when you have your own kids, to tell them that dad is easy to love.
I've got to say, it is an amazing privilege. On your own shows, we don't get to hear your work put it in the chat. And man, both of you, your subjects, your work are so profound, so real, so tangible, so real, like in everyday life. At least you read about the event in 2000 midnight. My blood was just cold. Right? Having I don't have any daughters, but having children, chance that piece you just read, it's so relatable and so profound and so real. You know, every piece that you guys have, even haikus carry so much depth to them. You know, this is to people like Eric and myself and all that. We get into Dennis. We get into put it in the chat and we ask our stuff, but we never get to hear you guys. And this is a absolute pleasure to be able to sit there and just eat your pieces one after the other. Just, man, I could sit here all day just listening to you going because you have real things to very real aspects of life. Not about rhyme and bubbling spring rainbows and shit like that and personal pain. You're selfless in your writing too. You're writing topics that about others. You know, I go and pick up 10 poems on IG, guaranteed it's about what everybody did me wrong type poems. But you guys right. Man, this is a treat for the likes of people like Erica, Dennis and all, Jenna and all who come on your show every second Wednesday or the second and fourth Wednesday. This is a pleasure, man. As a host here, I'm just happy to sit back and just listen to you guys. You know, really, really is.
Man, that hurts, brother. That hurts. It's public.
Uh,
We got to play some more.
What was that?
Do we get to play some more right now?
Mate, we've got half an hour to go because the show's got 2 hours. Otherwise, I can't download the whole. We've got 30 minutes exactly to go, so go for it. I'm happy to sit back and be entertained here. I'll have you guys on every week, man. This is awesome.
We should do one or two more each.
Yeah.
Close it out, and you could talk to us.
The show is all about broadcasting and showcasing my featured guests.
Yeah. Okay. Now, hold on.
I gotta wear these ugly colors just to support my brother over here.
Oh, yes. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. Love the Mets. Oh, check this out. This crime scene will go unseen despite peering eyes from across the street. As primary witness will never take the stand, not because of threatening nor the breaking of code loyalty to the hood. Because we know snitches get stitches. Commotion. Red and blue flashing lights appear, pistols raised in the air. 1, 2, men in blue unload guns. This crime scene do not cross. Police investigation, cover-up begins. Amir Locke, Stephen Clark, so many others, despite peering eyes from across the street. Cops claiming self-defense. Police reviews last long enough for anyone to think to ask, what ever happened to the shootings of a month ago? Story disappears. Shootings without video or vigorous investigation, not one individual will be held accountable, despite peering eyes from across the street. This crime scene will go unseen, as primary witness will never take the stand. A settlement to hush the family. Peering eyes still see, video kept confidential. Living proof that no one ever lunged at officer. Maintaining false narrative of events, despite peering eyes from across the street. The shooting of another unarmed African American, occasionally they might indict. Sacrifice to protect the system they created, forever classified as a good shooting. Evidence will never be told. Unresolved. Many cold cases. Crying, reflecting on puddles of blood. Another black man dies prematurely. There's no peace of mind for the families. There were witnesses, but not one of them could step up and speak, reveal what they've seen and heard, because unfortunately, tree branches are just television for the birds.
Daddy's Bible. Daddy's basic instructions before leaving Earth must have been simple. Must have been to be God, to be unseen, to be unavailable. Emotionally and physically, I guess my dad was God. To forget about children conceived with tomboy woman from village who calls you out on your bullshit, to deny tobacco roller in your calloused hands, coffee in your bloodline, button nose in your profile. My daddy left no basic instructions before leaving his son. Just broken fabric of life, making me a seamstress with no singer machine, hand sewn, thread through eye, needle through satin or cotton, mending in absence, trying to learn how to anchor stitch. He would not pull on me. I have had years of plague to bury him. I will not buttonhole space for him to enter. I have cross-stitched in prayer. I have done my part of fixing the pieces he thought will never be hemmed.
You are like a book. Intrigued I am by your title, Woman, comforting cover to cover, as I anticipate the unknown. Like a book, science fiction, taking you beyond your imagination where no man has gone before, consent to hold you like a book, open you, run my fingers down your pages word for word, bookmarked so I can return to the nectar of your plot. Like a book, a mystery. Keep me engaged throughout this journey. Let us read these pieces of paper, taking each other on an escapade. Like a book. Rereading what I may have missed. Pleasure, a repetitious word throughout this portfolio. Unlocking the treasures of your chest and hidden gems. Like a book. I want to read you with intentions, breathe in every single page, and with each sentence, we'll reach unimaginable heights. Hard-covered, like a book. Motivational, remaining focused, stimulating the senses. Come closer. Let me turn you over, run my fingers down your spine, narrow or wide edges that runs down the center of your book cover. I won't put you down. Like a book, propped in my grasp. Turn wet pages in a bath, Read you while up against the wall. I want to hold you just like that. Bear witness to your structure. Be the inscription to your fine print. Your words I hear on repeat. Can I read all the imaginations while sitting in my chair? Moist coitus put me to sleep. You make this chapter complete. Comforting, reading slow to quickly, enjoying every whispered word. Allow me to find the highlight in you, my favorite lines. Come back and reread your unrevealed outline again for the first time. Like a book, flick me with your fingertips. Turn these pages with your lips. Read aloud. Allow my name to be heard. Use every pronunciation in the curriculum of your aspirations with the finest of finest enunciations. Hear me assemble words with verse as we make each page more interesting than the last, committing time spent to memory. Hold you like a book, a little longer than earlier. Come together, these words of expressions, we be in symphony, anticipating the reading of our sequel, like a book.
If I can backtrack to the number of full moons to a time where we will be left alone together, I will say 86 full moons. 86 full moons will bring me to your feet. It will bring me to fill my hands with aloe extract, attempting to fill the creases in your skin. Brings me to trying to erase the years you've been absent. I see the lines imprinted on your cheeks from the smiles we shared. I'm sorry the bags under your eyes weren't checked in. Are they reservoirs? You holding it for when we would have mirrored our hello. If there was a way to turn back, 98 full moons, I would have asked you if the brown of your skin was because of the walks in the sun. When it beats down at 98 degrees, are your knuckles cramped from the arthritis from rolling tobacco, or are we primates? Shoulders slumped over from all the rolling of leaves. Please teach me how to be the man your son never was. I hear it skips a generation. Is a full head of hair something I have to look forward to? If there were a way to see you 144 moons ago, I would have asked both of you, how do you do this thing called life as a married couple? 16 children, 87 grandchildren, a small town full of great-grandchildren alive because of you. You will never be able to hear how much I admire you. To see it in my actions, I would never cause you to turn over in soil, but would love to see you again. Arms extended like branches on an oak tree, so I can sit in your presence and be left alone together.
That's beautiful.
Hey, Rainier, we could do 2 more duets and
Yep.
we could talk for that.
Yep.
And I said duets. Duets mean 2 people, and he just took off his camera. I didn't get it, man. Duets.
He's left you hanging.
Man, I'll do another piece, man. I don't Bronx, I'm telling you. I want to thank you all for coming, because the only thing that a poem wants is to be heard. But I dare you to listen. Pay more than the usual attention. Become the intervention that can help teach our adolescents. You see, some of our teenagers have gone astray. Internally, they feel a certain way. Confusion meets depression. I heard it's been said that absent fathers still teach vital lessons. And bullying gives you the personal view that you're less desirable, a powerless individual. Teens succumb to sex, drugs, and drinking, giving way to suicidal thinking, and that's just the beginning. Rap lyrics are women. Clipping and I ain't gotta get mine, replacing real dreams with the dreams of selling drugs, being put in the street life at 13, not sure if you live to see the age of 14. And parents, some parents aren't even parenting because they too are still children. So I dare you to listen. To the boys that buy pants that don't fit so that they can fit in. The children have the delusion that it's cute to wear high heels, tight jeans, and makeup. Little girls that envy adult women, underestimating the power of flirtation. In the meantime, you have grown men that want to fulfill these desires. When these desires become fertile, it gives birth to sin. But we can still teach our children, even when they're not listening, hoping one day they will remember, instill in them self-esteem, morality, and life's realities. Teach them spirituality that can be passed on from generation to generation after generation. Again, I want to thank you all for coming, because the only thing that a poem wants is to be heard. But I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to listen.
Man, that line, absent fathers still teach vital lessons. That's so true. Sometimes in our absence, we can. The depth of both of you, the depth of your writing, man, is just phenomenal. It really is. It's a rare luxury that if you guys aren't getting out on stage for various reasons, and in your own show you don't do recitals, it's a rare gift to be able to hear you guys. And I'm so glad we did this show because, like me personally, and I'm sure I speak for others who come in your room and put it in the chat, it's a rare luxury privilege that we've been exposed to today, you know.
We appreciate it because, you know, like when we do our show, nobody ever hears us speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not, when we do the show, it's not about us. It's about the people that come in. So we want to hear them.
Yeah.
And others want to hear them too.
Yeah. No, I don't know what's happened to your partner in crime. Batman's left Robin hanging.
I emailed him a virus. I emailed him a virus. I don't know what happened to him. I can still play. Oh, crap. It always happens. It always happens.
Hey, Rainier.
Yeah.
New York is an amusement park, and I've been on every ride. Entrance to this world pays for your ticket. Unwed mothers under 18 pushing strollers filled with little people, not midgets. Kids carry balloons to share with parents who don't care. Drunk man stands on concrete tightrope as he struggles to stay on. Stay on, old timer. Stay up. Damn, that overproof got him bad. And he falls. This is hard. Sorry. No net, papa. Just the rooftops we jumped from to get away from the police. Homeless veteran doing knuckle push-ups for change because that's all fighting for the US of A taught him. Onlookers tell him he should take his act on the road. He says he already has. In his street shows for free, where tips are appreciated, but in all that he can be just isn't enough. No magician turning tricks from Brooklyn to the Bronx, no rabbits out of hats. Pickpockets tax the next man's wallet as I watch from my seat on the way to Brooklyn from the 2 train.
Amusement park? Extra, extra, read all about it. My Brooklyn is a Coney Island circus. All types of acts are in town, where random gunshots are abundant. Brooklyn, same old situation wherever I roam. Animalistic behaviors, wagons unload, four-legged creatures take stages, where elephant is always in the room, terrorizing our neighborhoods. These culprits are clowns chanting, changing faces, trying to survive the big city places. criminals sometimes held accountable for what they do. But what about the city's ringmasters that support failing schools and mass incarcerations in a place where guns are readily available? So I ask, what is gun control when encouraged to carry? Victim, me, or you? Politicians are acrobats, flipping the narrative for votes. Cops like liberty horses run free and perform without supervision. These pigs put themselves above the law and monkeys are shot down. When it's not the cops, you got to know how to throw hands and not be victims of the get got. And even if you know how to fight, in my hood, someone always stole a circus bike. Chaos, violence, anarchy, a wonderment to strangers, little shops with intense competition, slums to suburbs, millions of people, money, ideas, increasing tension. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, step right up.
Underpaid trainers watch way more than 3 ring classrooms. You can't beat the students the way the animals get tortured. Maybe if they could, just maybe if they could, you think they'd give them a worthy salary. All smiles for show. Cries heard each night just like most of our lives. Crowded, sold out shows like overpopulated cities. Clowns squeeze into one car. We squeeze into roach-infested one-bedroom apartments to make ends meet. You may laugh, but renting around this motherfucker ain't no joke. Spectators don't give 2 shits, no oohs or ahs, just stares of disappointment as they walk past you, shaking their heads. Bastards just missed out on one hell of a show living in the clouds, but they'll pay top dollar when the circus is in town. Not me. Forget Barnum.
Or the other dude, Bailey.
I ain't paying to see a show that I watch every day for free. No fake laughs, no illusions, just reality served cold. Different animals, same tricks in the amusement park, starring real people.
For no pay.
Where every seat is the best.
And it's open 24 hours a day.
Just the bit that I saw of New York, yeah, very, very relatable and bang on target. On both trips. Yeah. On both trips. In 22 I was there, and then 24 I spent more time there, and yeah, so true. It's a sad
Renee, well, how much time we got? Because we don't want to miss that last piece.
You got 11 minutes, so yeah.
Uh-oh, you ready, Chance?
I mean, I used to run the show 2.5 hours even, but after Instagram started to have more high definition, the archive at bit over 2 hours, the clip, and then you got to do screen recordings and all, which isn't that nice for the YouTube and podcast. So yeah.
He doesn't know.
Huh?
I think I'm ready.
He thinks he's ready.
Yeah, I think this is the poem we're doing.
All right, hold on. I need to get water.
Oh no, this isn't the poem.
Norman has it. I emailed it to him earlier, just so so we both have the same one on the same,
Color
rumor
coded and red, no doubt.
Rumor has it he sent it to the wrong email.
Oh. If you had a split personality, it would have went to the wrong email.
You know what happens? That I look at both emails and I don't know which one it went to.
Some people's kids. It went to, ladies and gentlemen, the epic fail.
Oh, I got it. Your mama.
Your mama.
Yep. That's cool.
Yo, me and this dude come from a long line of trash talking, quick wits and insults, with or without audience. For example, the Bronx. It's so grimy, even Santa wears a bulletproof. The dozens. The way you dress, economic status, physical characteristics, puns with exaggerated comparisons. For me, centered around facts. Brooklyn, home of baseball great Roy Campanella. Brooklyn, Fort Greene gave us Mike Tyson. Brooklyn, we took from the BX and put the rap game on lock. Biggie to Jay-Z, Brooklyn has elevated the hip hop. Bronx, you can have your adopted son, Hector Macho Camacho. We got to go to basketball, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So any sport, John Chance Acevedo, whatever you want to call it, heat or smoke, we Brooklyn. He don't want this.
Smoke is what's left over after I light his ass on. The dozens is a sport. With a microphone, a basketball courts, it's easy for me to switch characters with a change of a shirt or two. I can show you how this middle finger hurt. Hey, yo, Brooklyn, this be who you sent to represent you? Yeah, I should have sent a Jewish dude from Crown Heights. That'd been just due.
It's the chemistry that you see. Respect for my brother, the same as if he was closer than a brethren.
That's why we will never, ever exchange any Yo Mama jokes.
Consuelo Acevedo.
My mother.
A mother of three, single-handedly. Her long days made for shorter nights. Responsibility. Hustled each day into tomorrow.
Mi vieja.
Crying on the inside. Deep-seated determination from faced situations. Victorosia no victima. Wishing that her children had had a good father. Her sacrifices were never a reflection of one's worth. Caring for other people's dirt. A welcoming whistle while she worked. Walking with the elders. Consuelo Acevedo. Tu madre Guerra.
Gwendolyn Curtis.
My mother.
A mother of three must have been a gardener the way she cared for a rose and extended an olive branch for us to be blessed with a son.
My mother.
Received angel wings before the sun could shine on her son's turn of a calendar. Gained guardian angel and billionaire philanthropist simultaneously. Father, heart skipped a beat. Coconut water never tasted the same. Rice and peas missed love. Imagine replacing a mother's hug with a sister's embrace. Your father remarries never to replace your mother, but was forced to give this woman divorce papers because she didn't feel like competing with her stepchildren. Is a good man, so it makes sense that he may be a good man too. I'm not used to fathers sticking around.
Neither him nor me ever saw mother and father picture framed for memories.
I don't know what it's like to not have my mother.
So many unanswered questions.
I feel like I take her for granted. A phone call is long overdue.
We did each other dirt.
But you will never hear an exchange of any Yo Mama jokes.
Consuelo Acevedo.
My mother. Gwendolyn Curtis.
My mother. The respect we have for each other.
Every time I hear that piece, guys, that just chokes me, and it is such a true reflection of the gift of the connection that you guys share. It really is. From ends of the world and not even meeting. That piece, to me, describes a bond that there's people who've been married for decades have the depth, the magnitude of that bond. It really.
You know what's funny for me? I've been writing for a long time, but that piece, man, that piece. The thing about the piece is so strong, beautiful, blase, blase. But we can't do that piece without each other.
No, no.
And so I think that makes the connection even that much stronger. Like, bro, I need you in certain areas. You know, we just need each other in a certain way. You know.
Yeah. You are that true left and right hand, man. You really are.
I could dribble
One,
with both hands. You can't. Just saying.
like one's no good without the other, and truly, truly, it's a gift from the universe that you two connected. You and I, I don't want to wait once a year to be able to hear your pieces when I feature you on this show, man. I need to find a way to be able to hear your work. There's not one piece that either of you recited today that wasn't profound, that was shallow or meaningless. I think I speak for everybody who's been in the room and who will watch the show later, the replays even. More and more people are watching the replays now, even weeks later. And as you know, I posted on YouTube and Spotify as well, which I'll send you the links for, as well as add you guys as collaborators on this post. Mate, you guys read a hell of a lot today. Every one of them such meaningful pieces. We are blessed. We are blessed to have that you met through COVID and have formed such a close bond. It's a bond that, as I said, that's more meaningful that people who've lived together for decades don't share. You know.
One of the I think he's buffering. I think one of the things we have in mind to do is we want to do a book together with the collabs that we've done.
I think you should.
And there's also a couple of pieces where we wrote on the same prompt. Yeah, he's gone. I did
it. Hopefully, you can come back to say goodbye.
Yeah. So, and we've written about 7 to 10 pieces together.
Mm.
Plus the haiku that we like to when we performed, we do the haiku as well, which is fun because nobody does that. Nobody does the haiku in a set. And it's the book is just called The Silver Lining, and that's what it's the silver lining of COVID. And I think it was amazing that we met 4 hours in person. We met 4 hours before we were supposed to hit the stage. And folks, a lot of folks thought we known each other for a long time. Like, nah, we covered on 5 years. That's it.
Yeah. I'm so glad you mentioned that about doing a book together because I was actually going to ask that previously when you did one of the other collabs, and actually when you were doing the haiku sets, I was going to ask if you guys were thinking about a book together. But I'm glad you said that you are. That is, hang on, Chance is back in the room. Let's see if we can drag him up to say goodbye. Apparently, he had to write all your poems. He was saying in the comments. hopefully he can come back up to say, hey, Midnight, thanks, man. Really appreciate you guys. I could not think of a better way to wrap the year of features up than having you two guys on. It really has been a phenomenal night. And
Very much appreciated. I appreciate the folks that came through to support. Danielle, Nat is here. Michelle is here, and I can see.
his phone
Yvonne is up
died.
there.
His phone died, so he can't. He's in the room, and I'm trying to get him up just to be able to. Oh, he can't join. It's saying, yeah,
He's
his
probably
phone
having
died.
the same problem I was having earlier.
Hmm?
I say he's probably having the same problem I was having earlier.
Yeah. Apparently, his phone died. Hey, Chance. Hopefully, you can hear me, man. Thank you. Thank you both. Um, you've honored the show by being on, and we had our technical difficulties at the start, and it sounds like we're finishing on that note. But thank you to you both. When I post this, I will share the link. I will add you as collaborators, and when I create the YouTube and Spotify posts, I'll send you the links. And don't forget, 2 weeks time, Miss Betty, like you guys come by the show. It'll be like an open mic style for a couple of hours. We'll just go and I'll bring all the featured guests and regulars in the room to
Over the year.
play all the year.
He's trying to claim that he sent a request.
I can't see the request. Let's see. Here we go. He's coming up. No, oh, here he is. Hey,
There you
Chance.
go.
Yeah, that was weird. My phone is on the charger and still died. So
Sometimes videos can chew up more juice than where it's coming from, especially if it's charging through a USB port.
yeah, I'm sure. So real quick, thank you everybody for showing up. I appreciate you, Stephanie. Let's do lunch, dinner. Let's do dinner and a show, lunch and a show. We'll arrange it with homegirl Gemini Fox. When we get up there, we'll do something. Nat, thank you for being here, Stephanie, Danielle. Now you know who the real writer is. You know what not
Wow.
to do just by watching what he did. Clearly, you know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thank you for thinking of us. Kayvon, you're the man, Kayvon. Thank you for being here. And then Mad was on earlier, and so was Erica Floyd. Brooklyn was definitely in the house because they ain't never. So I appreciate that.
Gentlemen, thank you. And it really is an honor. And it's a great way to finish the feature for the year. It really is. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And
Right, thank you.
It'll be next year. And next year we'll perform again.
I get to take off this ugly shirt now. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
guys, remember, this is an open door. And whenever you guys want to come back on, you just tap me on the shoulder, man. I've got bookings up until February till end of March. So from April onwards, the bookings are open. So you just tap me on the shoulder if you want to come up, man.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, hey, so we got to call. But you said the end of the year. Okay, I got a piece I would like to share for the end of the year show.
Yep, 2 weeks time, Friday the 12th.
Next time we're on here, remind me to send you the correct bio that we use. I'd appreciate it.
Will do. Yes, that's fair. I'll tap you on the side. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Be back, man.
Please.
Divine blessings.